Hey everyone, it's Andrew at Exotic PC, and today we kind of have a special treat. We're going to be taking a look at the all-new GT76 Titan. Let's unbox this thing and see what it looks like. Alright, the first thing we obviously need to do is go over the specs of this thing while we unbox it. So, I guess we just need to start off by opening this thing up. So, the new GT76, of course, is the new Titan from MSI. And it is a socketed laptop with a desktop processor. To be specific, this model has the 9900K, and MSI reports that it is overclocked from the factory out of the box. So this thing will have a this is a huge box, a 5.0 clock on all cores across every single core. So we're talking a pretty substantial overclock for a laptop out of the box. Now, in case you're wondering, this machine would be very comparable to a Alienware 51M, which, if you would like to see a head-to-head, I would suggest subscribing to this channel because we will be doing a head-to-head test between these two models. A lot of packaging. Oh, and a big laptop. Let's get rid of the box for just a moment and throw, we don't need any of this packaging stuff. We just want to get to the goods. We can see what else it also comes with too, because there is another box within the box. But we have the laptop, which is very, very substantial feeling because it is big and heavy. I like it so far. And there's a ton of cooling built into this chassis and a lot of plastic protecting it. So the first thing you're going to notice about the GT76 is that it has this silver A panel on the back, which is a little bit different from all of the other GT models that have been out recently. Every other one's been black with the red dragon up in the middle, but this one's kind of got the black dragon up in the middle with the silver back. And then the other cool thing you'll notice about it right away is the absolute crazy amount of cooling that is in the bottom of this thing to keep it cool. Because this model, like I said, has the 9900K, 2080 RTX, NVIDIA card inside of it as well. They don't list it as max Q, so hopefully you're getting the full-fledged deal. And then inside we also have storage capacities of two 512 gigabyte PCIe NVMe drives and a 1 terabyte hard disk drive. And then inside of it there are two 32 gigabyte SODIMMs at 2666. So you have 64 gigs in this machine as it comes from the factory. So, and it is supporting up to 128 gigs. So you have two open SODIMM slots that you can put two more sticks into of 32, and you can hit that magical 128 gigabytes. So you can really make this thing an absolute workhorse. So it feels premium feeling, honestly, and it looks the part too. Very beefy, as we can tell at the back. A lot of extra just back of the machine over here, probably to help with cooling. Probably a lot more fin stacks and copper cooling pipes, as you can see through the bottom. All that's going to sit back here with those fans to help channel all of that hot air out the back and away from the user. On the front of the machine, or on the C surface where we have the keyboard and the touchpad, down below here we actually have RGB that is programmable through Mystic Lighting, and then we have individual key RGB lighting, so you can set each key individually. Obviously, there's going to be lots of other settings for that as well in the Mystic Lighting software as well. So we have the 144 Hertz panel on this model for the screen at 1080p. There will be other ones coming out in the future with, I think a 4K is on the way and some others. So we can look forward to some differences in some other GT76s when it comes to just different screens. I will say the bezel also is pretty thin across the whole monitor, which is nice. And we do also have a webcam, which is not missing, which is good. As we've seen on some Asus models recently, the webcam has been making a departure from the machine. But this thing just looks pretty nice. We can get the, maybe we'll get the close-up on this. We'll get the peel close-up so you guys can enjoy that. But overall, looks a little bit different than GTs of the past, but definitely is substantial, and it looks really good. I am excited to tear into this thing, see what all of this looks like. And maybe we'll do our own overclocking on this one. See if we can also overclock an Alienware 51M, and we'll do a head-to-head comparison between these two models and see how everything goes. So if you want to check that out, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you can see more of that. Let's see, just for kicks, while we have this thing open, let's see what kind of accessories you get in the other giant box it comes with. So looks like we're getting 2 power bricks, Not that surprised. They come together, they're not separated. So you're gonna be running both of these at the same time. They go to the Y connector, so they connect together, and then you have a very specific connector for your power. So 2 very big bricks to give this thing all of the power it needs. See if there's anything else they included. Looks like you get some warranty information and a guide and a quick startup guide for users. And then, oh, yep, and then the other halves of your power brick. So you got your 2 plugins to the wall. So you definitely have a lot of juice going behind this thing. Looks like they are Chiconies, and I'm gonna guess they're 330 watts or 230 watts. It might be both 230s. So a lot of power, or a lot of performance that can probably be had out of this thing. Like I said, we'll get those tests going, we'll get those reviews up, and we'll get that head-to-head going with the Alienware and the GT76. So like I said, subscribe, and we'll see all of you guys in those upcoming videos.